I'm on to do our on the side challenge for Auntie Vera Crafting Land. Now, as a lot of you know, Auntie Vera Scrap and Craft is closing down the online store at the end of June. So just to reassure everyone, the group will be staying open and will be continued to be run by myself as well as Sel's Purple Outhouse, and there will be a name change, but we'll let you know that on or around the 1st of July. Okay, alright, that's the accounting, not the accounting, that's the admin business out of the way. Okay, so for our On the Side challenge this month, we're going to be making, mass making, I should say, mass making some clusters using paper and occasionally some maybe cheesecloth or calico, or if you've got like a little eyelash trim, you can put some of that in. So the idea of it, I watched a video by honestly can't think of her name now, and I didn't write it down, but I will put a little caption on and leave it down in the comments below, because like a lot of people have done this. I've seen this young lady do it, and then this was like going back quite a few years ago, and then Artie May's done it, and then all the other Shabby Dabby Doodah did it as well. There's been it's been done quite a lot over the years, but I thought we might just like to revisit it today. Okay, so what you need a base sheet of paper. I'm going to be using this 12 by 12 paper because I like the colour in the background. You're not going to see a lot of these images because it's going to get covered up. Now, if you haven't got a 12 by 12 sheet, you can also just use like an A4 sheet of either pattern paper, or this is coffee dyed paper. So when you're doing your mass making, out of this one you might get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, maybe 12, all depending on the size that you're going to use. Okay, so you've got your base sheet, and then we are going to add an additional 4 layers on top of our base sheet for the clusters. And then after that you can put any little embellishments on it that you like a button or some lace or an image, washi tape, and then after that you can use a word or quote. Now with mine, I'm also going to put some stitching on mine because I like using my sewing machine to put a bit of stitching on them. So I've picked out some washi tapes here, and I have some old music sheet paper. I've got some text paper. I have my come on, I just said it, coffee dyed paper. And I've also pulled out, just to give you an idea of what you can use, I've also pulled out some sewing machine pattern paper. Then I've got these other scraps here that have got like little pops of colour on them that I might like to use as well. And I've also just pulled out this scrap bag that I have because like I've seen a few things on here, in here, that, you know, like little scrappy bits that I could use, because I really like that as well, that colour, and you know, maybe something like that as well. Okay, alright, so I'm going to get going and just start and show you. So what I might do first is actually put some music sheet paper down. I don't really want all the white on it, so I'm just going to just rip this off. Okay, and maybe just hand rip it, because this here is just from a Glad wrap, you know, the cling wrap. I just cut the edge thing off it, and it's got that little serrated edge there, so you know, that's handy to have too. Alright, so let's just start. So I've got my base paper down, okay, and then I'm just going to like add these pieces, ripped pieces. So I'm going to have 1, 2, maybe 3 there. Three, 4, 5, 6. 6. Just hang on, I'm just checking to make sure I'm still in shot, guys. Yes, okay, there. And so you can, the idea is really not to think a lot about where everything goes. It's more or less just to grab something and place it down, which, you know, it is pretty hard to do at times. And you can make them all different sizes. Okay. Depending, you know, on what you feel like at the time. Okay, so I've actually got 12 on there too. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Alright, so that's my first layer. Alright, so with my second layer, I'm going to use some text paper, and wait, I'm just going to rip this. I don't want all the white from around the edge of the text, so I'm more or less just going to rip that down. So when you place it on there, just place it, don't put it, well, you could put it right on top, because then you've got that around there, but kind of like have it coming off to the side or something, you know, just place it on there where you think it would look okay. It doesn't have to be a lot, just a little bit, just so that you can end up seeing like a build-up of layers underneath it, okay? You've most probably already made these before, but I just thought this would be just a fun little idea, something different to do for this month. Okay, so that is my second layer. I've got some text paper. So I've used music sheet paper, then text paper. Now with my next one, okay, I might actually use a little bit of this one. This is the sewing pattern paper. See, I could put that there because I can still see underneath that. Put that one just there. So they're going to be like similar in style, the way that you you build them up, but they're all going to be really individual, aren't they? Let's put that there. And you notice I'm changing it around a little bit, like I'm putting some of this underneath the text paper. Now I've got that, maybe just some coffee dyed paper as well, just to mix it up a bit. And I am ripping all the edges because I do like that edge rip look. So we've got 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, this one. I've lost a, did I have one there or not? Can't remember now. I've lost some text there. Might have got caught on my sleeves and it moved. Okay, so I'll just grab a little bit more text. There. And maybe up there. There. I'll take my cardigan off now. I'm starting to get too hot. Okay. Alright, so we've done 1, 2, 3 layers with those. So what I might do now is just bring out and put some little pops of colour on it, just from my scrappy ones here. Sel will be putting up a video as well, so I'll leave Sel's link down below so that you might like to pop over and see the style that she makes as well. I do like these little pops of colour on it. Just add something else to the background, so you could use any scraps that you have. Okay. And like I said before, you can actually use any size. Like maybe you'd like to do yours a bit bigger than what I've done here. So have we got something on everything? Just nearly. They're a bit too hard to rip the edges, so I'm just going to leave them as they are. Something else with a bit of colour in it, that'll do. Okay, alright, so I think I've got something on everything now. So that's more or less going to be my 4 layers of scrap papers. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a glue stick and I'm just going to tack those in place of where I want them. Okay. I'm not going to put a whole heap of glue. I'm just going to, like, you know, put a little dab and just tack them where I actually want them. I might leave that side up there because it says art. Yeah, I might use that one. Okay. Okay, so I've just done one there. Now I will put this into fast forward just so that you can see my whole process just sped up a little bit. Okay, I have just tacked them all down onto my base sheet, and I like that. I like the little pops of colour because I'm going to put some in our journal that we started at the beginning of the year. So what I'm going to do now is just go and put a little bit of machine stitching on there, so that then I can come back and just rip them to show you the next step. Okay, I've done just a little bit of stitching on every single one of my little embellishments. So all you have to do now is just rip your base paper . I've actually left my threads long, but I can cut them off later after I do this. So then you've got all these little pieces here. Then you can just go and just tidy them up. So I actually like the look there of that, but I am going to just rip this down here a little bit more. Okay, and maybe I'll cut the back thread off but leave the front one a little bit longer. Okay, alright, so that's that one done so far. Alright, so I will quickly go through these. So I'm just going to rip that top edge so I can get a nice ripped look. I'll give them a snip. Okay, now looking at this one here, I would like to see a little bit more of that music sheet underneath, so I'm just going to rip that down and just a little bit off here. You always end up with more scraps, don't you? Okay, so I like the look of that one too, so that one's fine. Rip that edge off. Okay, so I like that, that looks fine too. Alright, so I will quickly do the rest of these and then I shall come back, guys. Alright, so I've got my little journal that I made at the beginning of the year and just looking for a page. So you could get one of these and maybe, oh, that's a half a page, get a full page, and you could glue it down this side here and down there, and you could have that as a little tuck spot for a tag. Or this one here that I made wider, I'd still have to rip that down. Let me just rip this side. While I was off camera, I did go around just the base edge mainly, just with a bit of ink. Now if you want to do inking, you'd have to get organised a bit better than me and ink everything before you put it down, but I'm not worrying about that. So that could go on there. You could glue it down both sides and along the bottom for a lovely little pocket. Let me get something to stick in there, just like that, and have your tag or picture or whatever just in there like that. So I think this is a really good idea, and you've made quite a few of them, so you know they're always handy to have in your supplies already made up. So what the last thing I'm going to do, I do like them the way they are now, but the last thing we want you to do is just put a little embellishment of some type on the top. So I just picked out just a few random things that I have. I actually like that. That I could use just to embellish the front of it. I've got some butterflies here that I haven't cut out. I've got some tags, I've got some stamps. Oh, this is rather cute. This is like a little envelope, a little miniature envelope that I could put there, and maybe just glue that down there and along there and have it as a little ticket tuck spot as well. Oh, I like that idea. Okay, so I've got that, and maybe I've got a small piece of, this is oh, it's not cheesecloth, it is like a, oh, I can't think of the name of it, Sunday morning, that's why. So you know, like I could put that there, or a little bit of lace. I had a little piece of lace here on my table somewhere, and it's gone as well. Oh, there it is, right there. Just a little scrappy piece. So we could just put that there, put that just like that, and leave, oh, I might glue that all the way down, because I could always have that open like that, couldn't I? That looks rather nice too. So, do I want anything else on it though? Got some flowers. So, I'm just going to put some glue there, mainly to hold that on. And then put a little bit of lace there. I'm going to glue that all the way down because I don't really need an extra tuck spot if I leave that opened. So we'll just put that there. Just hold that for a second. And now I don't really like that, but I'm going to have that left open like that. Maybe just take that stark whiteness out. I can put a little ticket in there. And what else will I put on there? This is what takes the longest time for me, just to like embellish little things. There's another little ticket that could go in there too, in that little envelope. Something just small, maybe a butterfly. So I've just got a little butterfly. I'm just put a bit of glue on. And oops. And let's just put that there. Okay, so that's my first one actually decorated. Okay, I'm not going to sit here and decorate them all because it takes me quite a bit to it takes me quite a bit to decide. So where was I going? I'll do that here. So that actually might get a wider page. Let's me find a wider one. There we go. So that could actually sit in my journal just like that, and it's got a couple of little tickets in there already that you could pull out and use in your in this journal. God, I'm having a day, guys. Okay, so you know that could actually go on there like that. Oh, okay, I like that page better. Over here. Alright, so I'm going to just glue that straight down into my journal already. Alright, so there's my first little cluster, and it's been made into a pocket in my journal. I have got another card tag here, so this one would be a bit too long because it's for another journal, but there, you see what I mean by that, don't you? Okay, alright, so there's that one there. So that's what our challenge is for this month, guys, to mass produce or mass make some clusters, and then show us how you're going to use it in your journal. Oh, I do like that. Okay, so I am not going to do all of these, like decorate them all on camera, because it'll it'll just take me forever. I'm going to take all this out into the lounge room and sit down and watch a movie and decorate them. I'm back on, guys. I've just come on. I have finished decorating them, and I just thought I'd show you what I've done. So that was the one that I've just done with you on video, with the little envelope in there and the tickets. Okay, so there's this one here. So I have added some of that, I'll think of the name of it in a minute. Isn't that terrible? That gauzy stuff, tulle. That tulle I actually dyed with some ink to make it brown because it was white. And I've added a little birdie here, just a little number that was on my table, 8,000. And just a saying, a little birdie told me, so there's that one. Then we've got this one here, another little piece of tulle, a butterfly, a flower, and the word grow. I've backed the words onto a little bit of cardboard because I only had them printed off on photocopy paper. And what I also done, some of these, especially this one and this one here, when I added my focal images on, I couldn't see any of the stitching, so I ended up just running them through my sewing machine again. Okay, that one. Then this one here, a little bit of cheesecloth, some washi tape, just a little flower image in a vase, and this one says, the strongest memory is weaker than the palest ink. Okay, this one here, the word believe, bit of cheesecloth behind a little stamp image of a butterfly. Now, I'm going to say that's from Artie Mays, one of her downloads. I'm not sure, but I think I am pretty positive. I'm not sure, sorry if I've got that wrong. And the word believe. Then this one here, one of the smaller little faux stamps, some tulle, a bit more stitching, and the word thankful. I just love the way these turned out. I've got ink all over my fingers, so excuse those. Be patient, a little birdie, a little like a flower garden in the background, and some washi on there as well. Then butterfly, some washi, and like a little label and a saying that says life doesn't have to be perfect to be wonderful. And this one, just a flower, little butterfly. I did do some more stitching on here and the word patience. Now with these, we'd also like you to show us how you're going to use them. Okay, so you've seen this one here. I made a pocket in my little journal, but I also, I just love these tags. The background on the tags is just modelling paste, and I've just gone over it with some of my watercolours. So there's that there. I've put on 3 butterflies and have a choice, as well as this little tag here that I just thought I needed, because the butterflies are purple and the background's purple, even though the butterflies are darker. I wanted a little pop of colour on this one besides just the blue there, so I just put a little tag on that one there. And then this one, I've backed the tags onto coffee dyed paper and done some stitching around the edges. There's butterflies here. Oh, that's my little cluster there in the background, as well as this here. There's the cluster in the background of that one. And on here I purchased these like little embellishments from Art Craft Journals. Hang on, I know it's right here. Yeah, Art Craft Journals. I purchased these a while ago and I just thought that looks really nice on there, so I just glued that onto that one. Okay, and put some seam binding up ribbon. And this one here, I just love this background, I really do. And it's so easy to do, just with some modelling paste and watercolours. So I've used the different watercolours, the purple, the orange and some light browns and a darker brown on this one. So a couple of butterflies on top of my cluster, and Own Your Dreams, and some stitching around the outside. Okay, so that's it guys, that's how I've used them. I made some tags as well as a little pocket here, so hopefully maybe the brown one, hopefully my tags will fit in there. Yay, one fits in anyway. Okay, but I just love them, and these clusters, they really were so easy to make. And I've got a few more here now that I can either add to a tag or index card, or even just like put as a little tuck spot in your book, as you know, it's all ready to go. So you just glue down this side here and down the bottom, and then you've just got like another little pocket tuck spots. Okay, so that's it. All the instructions will be in group in our event, so yeah, just go have fun, grab out some scraps and just mass make a few of these little clusters. Okay, too easy. Enjoy yourself guys. Okay, thanks everyone. I shall catch you later. Bye bye.